Fishing event, fishing event. I love fishing, I love fishing. Fishing event, best day ever, reel it in. Come on.
Most Kingshot players are familiar with the monthly fishing event. Many love it, many hate it, but this guide is directed towards both of you. No matter if you enjoy the relaxing and simplistic nature of this minigame, or if you're on the wrong side of history. There's two main objectives fishing lovers set for this game: scoring good points and getting higher tiers of rewards, and completing the Pokédex pages to unlock the funny skins. It's hard to do both simultaneously, since filling the Pokédex requires capturing low-scoring fish, so we'll talk about both. If you're a hater, I'll show you how to get on through with this underwater nightmare with the least amount of effort possible to get rewards and progression. The game is quite simple and probably doesn't need much explanation, but there's a series of tips I can give you to push your performance to the max, which is pretty much what Kingshot is about, obtaining the most rewards out of the least resources invested, especially if the amount of resources you plan to invest is 0. Let's talk about the gameplay, since that's where many people struggle. The idea is to go as far down as possible without hitting the fish. If you hit fish 3 times, the cast stops and starts reeling back up. It's important to note that hitting the fish is easy to avoid, since the hitbox is only in the mouth. This is also the case when catching them. So avoid all fish and get to the very bottom. Some people like to dwell on the border.
Very boring and ordinary.
And this is not a bad strategy, but sometimes you get cornered and hitting a fish is almost inevitable. I'm more of a chaotic player and enjoy frolicking around the middle, dodging fish like Neo. The fun and hard part is dodging everything while keeping track of the valuable fish, since you only catch them on the way up. So once you get to the bottom is when the tricky part begins. Now you must evade all the low scoring fish while remembering where the valuable fish are and catching all of them. In the guide, if you click on any given fish or item, it tells you the minimum depth at which you can find it, which might help you narrow down your search. So let's talk about some of the things that are going to help you in your journey to catch them all.
This fishing event has just begun. Gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all. Pull 'em up fast when the line starts to fall.
This part is fairly simple. It's mostly a fish spotting, season-based chance memory game.
That's not simple.
The guide shows you silhouettes that may or may not help you at all. I've captured all the fish so you can compare your decks with mine to see what the actual fish look like. 1-star fish are very common, 2-star fish are also quite common, and every subsequent tier of fish is rarer, as you would expect. In regular fishing, most of the fish are 1 and 2 stars, with some 3 stars and just a couple potential rare 4 or 5-star spawns. But you can also use treasure charts to enter the Ocean Prospector.
Ocean Prospector, OP, take me out to sea.
In here, 3-star fish become very common, and 4 and 5-star fish appear more frequently. There's also an item called the Horn of the Tide, which allows you to summon a specific fish of any rarity for that reel. This item is the key to completing the Pokédex, since 5-star fish are quite rare. Fish appear on a seasonal rotation, where every fish appears either in 2 specific seasons or in all seasons. Every 4 weeks, the fishing event comes up again and the season changes to the next one, in regular winter, spring, summer, fall cycle. Since all fish appear in at least 2 seasons, with good planning and some money thrown into the game, you can very realistically catch all fish within 3 seasons. If you plan to spend on Horns of the Tide to complete the guide as quickly as possible, this is how you should optimize the seasonality. The same principle applies to anyone, but it's impossible to do it in 3 seasons without buying packs. Let's say you start now on the winter season. The cycle goes winter, spring, summer, fall. If you want to get it done as fast as possible, you can do it in 3 seasons by strategizing around the season pairs of each fish to cover for the 4th season before it even arrives. During winter, use your horns to summon every fish that only appears on winter-fall. You can also do your winter-spring and winter-summer fish, or you can wait until spring or summer to do those. When spring comes, focus on using the horns for your spring-fall fish. If you didn't do winter-spring, don't forget to do them now, and your spring-summer fish can be done either now or during summer. When summer arrives, you should be able to do all the remaining fish, especially summer-fall, as well as any leftover summer-winter or summer-spring. This example is calculated for starting on winter only, but the logic is the same regardless of where you start, as long as you focus on getting rid of the fish that appear on the 4th season as early as possible. Mermaids and items are a bit trickier at first since their appearance is mostly luck based, but items are not really that hard to complete, and you can summon missing mermaids after completing all the fish, or at some advanced point in the guide.
What does that even mean?
So, to summarize, if your goal is to catch all the fish, mermaids, chests, or items, maximize individual casts. Don't do ×2, ×3, ×4, or ×5 casts, since it reduces how many different fish you encounter. You will have to sacrifice points to catch all the 1 and 2 star fish you need, as well as chests, mermaids, and items. So try not to focus so much on points, but on paying attention to each cast and the fish, mermaids, items, or chests available. And if you missed good fish or caught bad ones, you can just pause, retreat, and try again for free. You don't lose any items. Plan ahead on the seasons with Horn of the Tide. The Horn of the Tide allows you to spawn any fish of your choice, as long as it's within season. Later on, it also allows you to spawn items and mermaids to complete your collection. So use these wisely to complete the ongoing season, or to find fish that will only appear 2 or 3 seasons into the future if you don't want to wait. It's also a wise choice to save the horns for future seasons if you can't complete the ongoing one.
Hi, my name is Keisha Davis and I'm a hoarder.
If you're free to play or a low spender, it will inevitably take a while, so the horns will be your best friend to complete those last pesky ones. If you plan on buying some of the packs that include horns, then you'll be able to complete all the fish faster, even within only 3 seasons if you plan well and buy enough of them. Once you complete the guide, or if it's not something of your interest, you might want to focus on scoring as high as possible. Fortunately, for fishing haters, this approach can be optimized both for lovers and haters alike. It mostly depends on how much time you're willing to spend fishing. So let's talk about point optimization.
We keep min-maxing every cast and every reel. We're going up, 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 we're on the board now. Fishing queen, I'm chasing podium. My medal is finally golden, yeah.
To maximize points, the plan is quite simple. For regular fishing, your goal should be to make sure to capture the few 3, 4, and 5 star fish that spawn, and fill up with 2 star fish. Note that the rare fish have a bit of an aura, which is the best way to recognize 3 star fish and above.
Voila.
I would recommend memorizing 2 or 3 easy to spot 2 star fish that spawn every season. I usually do Chinook salmon and the shark sucker, since these are super common and easy to spot. Also the weird yellow guy from Finding Nemo. Mussels and sea urchins are also quite good since they don't move too much. If you catch all 22 star fish in one reel, that's 400 points, or 520 points if you have the 30% boost from the fishing guild. So that's a decent baseline reference score. Add a couple of 3, 4, or 5 star fish and you can get around 500 or 650 points with the boost. That's a great score to aim for. If you really want to maximize points in regular casts, it might take a while and cost you some gems, since there's always a guaranteed 4 star fish and a 10% chance of a 5 star, but they are almost guaranteed to be found below the darkness level of 300 meters, which will require a lantern and a longer time to get there. So if you don't want to enjoy the full experience of fishing or save some gems and time, I'd suggest you keep your regular fishing casts above 300 meters with no items. Focus on easy to spot, common, slow moving, medium or large size 2 star fish.
Try saying that 5 times faster.
And always keep an eye for the sporadic 3 star fish, and especially these 2 guys, since they're the only 4 star fish that can appear above 300 meters. Aim for a score of 4 to 500 and call it a day. If you really hate fishing and or want to save even more time and effort, follow these same steps but doing 5x power casts to consume 5 of your fishing attempts at a time. In the Ocean Prospector, it's the same idea but more OP. It's very easy to get 23 star fish for a baseline score of 800 or 1040 points with boost. But there's always some 4 star and 5 star fish. Make sure to catch those and fill with 3 star fish, and you can quite reliably get around 1000 points or more, or 1300 with boost. Some good, easy to spot 3-star fish are the sea bream, Gil from Finding Nemo, Nemo himself, and Black Nemo. TLDR, try to get close to 500 points on regular fishing or close to 1000 points on OP fishing. If you succeed, use your fishing vouchers after a good ocean prospector cast to boost your points again by 1.5x. Use the retreat option if you missed something you needed to try again as many times as you need. Every time you start a new fishing event, your gear is reset to level 1. If you're only looking to finish your guide or saving up items for later use, take this opportunity to fish 1 and 2-star fish and items, while you prioritize leveling up the hook and line in that order. You can ignore the sinker until forced to upgrade. If you're going for points or a mix of both, it's a good idea to do your first couple of casts on the Ocean Prospector, since gear is always maxed in there. Equip some items, use some vouchers, score high, and accelerate leveling up your gear for your regular fishing attempts. And if you want to save all your Ocean Prospector maps, save gems, and kind of want to speedrun through points and get the daily 2000, or just not invest much time into fishing, focus on the hook to catch more fish and get more points. Only upgrade your line until 300 meters, since, if you follow my tips, you won't be using items or going into the dark, and keep upgrading your sinker to speedrun through. Once your line, hook, and sinker are maxed to level 10, to maximize points, it's a good idea to pile up a 5x cast with 5x treasure charts and 5x lanterns, with 5x horns of the tide and any items you need, and score a perfect or near perfect round and use the 5x fishing vouchers for an insane amount of points. Once you get the hang of it, you don't really need the extra protection. That's what she said. And scanners are useful if you're not good at tracking the rarer 4 or 5-star fish. Lanterns are a must. Playing in the dark is hard, and honestly, a bit creepy.
I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna be your best friend.
And that's really about it. As I said before, it's a simple mini game. A couple of extra general tips I can throw in that will help you min-max and chase podiums.
Fishing queen, I'm chasing podium.
Number 1, relax your hand. Don't tense up. Keep your movement smooth and firm to better avoid unwanted catches. Number 2, always be careful of annoying fish that follow your hook or that accelerate suddenly. Number 3, anticipate fish turning around when they hit the wall, since the mouth hitbox can drastically change. Number 4, always keep an eye on red and orange-tailed mermaids. They are worth 3 stars and are quite rare, often the last ones to fill the guide. Number 5, any mermaid tangled in weed also gives you a percentage point boost for the round, so you should consider capturing them, especially in high point rounds. Number 6, chests are almost always worth to fish, since they contain in-game items. Chests with the orange star U are 3 stars, and chests with the pirate hats are 4 stars. Number 7, if you're still missing items, memorize the 3-star ones. They can be rare and annoying to find and usually are in the depths. I remember I used bad memory tricks to memorize them. 3 Disney ones, 2 Harry Potter ones, 2 sailing ones, 1 bongo, Marlin's right leg, and Helga's friend's cousin's uncle's slingshot. I really hope you found this video useful. It was a bit of a high-paced spewing of information, but you can always pause and go back. If you like this and want to see more Kingshot content, please like, subscribe, and share this video around. It's hard enough to launch a new channel nowadays, and just your presence at this ending part of the video is already of great help. So thank you. See you around, and happy fishing.